Test. Good morning. Good morning and welcome. Thank you. Before we get the graduating class to process in, just a few housekeeping details I'd like you to pay attention to if you don't mind. First of all, if you could silence your phones, I'd be grateful. That's important. And we will make a more formal recognition of Indigenous Peoples Day later on this afternoon, but it's also important to recognize that at this time as well. So as soon as Ms. Bertland comes around the corner, I'll ask you to stand, and we'll welcome the graduating class in. So that'll be in about 2 minutes. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding and welcome, led by Ms. Mertlin, Mr. Rodriguez, and flanked by Mrs. Martin and Mr. Patel, the graduating class of 2019.
Thank you. Please have a seat. Wow. It's almost like this is a big deal here. So welcome to the 2019 graduation ceremony here on Campbell Common on the first day of summer. To start with, I'd like to acknowledge a few special guests. Old Brentonian and from the class of 1974 and patron of the school and godfather to one of our graduates this morning, Mr. David Eisenstadt. Welcome to you. Miss Amy Weinberg, manager of our alumni relations and Old Brentonian from the class of 2005, who will present the Old Brentonian pins here as the graduates walk across the stage and welcome them into this special alumni group. A warm welcome also to parents, family, and friends, and looks like a lot of students back there as well. And finally, the stars of the show, the 2019 graduating class. Special welcome to you as well. Well done. From the start of this year's version of the Leaders of Tomorrow, they took charge of their school and set a positive tone. That, however, is usually the easiest part of the leadership journey. What makes this group different is they made a commitment to finish the job. It was not a perfect journey. Few roads are. They did, however, successfully navigate their coursework, dining hall duties, deadlines, and numerous university applications to be here today. I thank them for their collegiality, their commitment, and their courage. When I pass their class portrait in the north stairway of the Ross Center, it will bring fond memories to me, and I'm thankful and I'm proud. Grads of 2019, as you walk across this stage and take those final steps from student to Old Brentonian, please enjoy that moment. Parents and friends, please enjoy that moment as well. Pause, look for your parents, smile, reach for that handshake, and pose for that picture. And leave our shores here with the knowledge that these buildings, these trees, this ground, and that view will always be your home here in Mill Bay. I now invite Mr. Rodriguez, Director of University Counseling, to introduce this year's graduating class. Mr. Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Patel. Friends, it's my sincere pleasure to be here today to celebrate with all of you this very special occasion, this very hallowed day for the members of this year's graduating class and their families. To you, it's clear why or what we're celebrating here today. For many of us who have been here before, whose faces and thinning hair show the conspicuous signs of age, the day demands some measure of reflection to appreciate its deeper significance. Today, I will count my 2,000th student that I've watched cross the stage and shake the head of school and receive their diploma. That wasn't for me, no. All I could think of, that's a lot of awkward teenagers. But each and every one of those 2,000 plus students added something unique to what has made my time here at Brentwood a cherished gift. My memory of them is clear. They all remind me of how extraordinary this moment is. For each and every graduate here, for each and every parent, for each and every family member and friend, this is a milestone like no other. When hard work and determination is finally acknowledged with the ultimate reward, when childhood is left behind, eclipsed by the mark of emerging adulthood. For the graduates, it is all that is new and exciting. For parents, it is a chaotic mix of emotion, pride, and joy, and the whispers of sadness in knowing that your precious babies are babies no more. For me and my colleagues, the day is a mix of relief and appreciation. We are relieved that these graduates made it through this extraordinary journey that is Brentwood in one piece. And we are thankful to have been part of that journey. For it is an incredible thing that you asked us to do the day you waved goodbye to your children and passed through those Brentwood gates. You asked us to care for your children, to teach your children, to guide them, to inspire them, to challenge them, to hold them to account. You asked us to love your children so they could emerge at this end of the journey confident and with heads held high, ready to take those sacred steps across this stage. I hope we delivered on that promise. It is no small thing to have reached this place in time. Indeed, it is a culmination of extraordinary efforts and energy, of time and resource, of laughter and tears, of grit and joy. It is a moment of revelry. It is a moment to give thanks. I owe thanks to these graduates for making our year in university counseling interesting, to say the least. They made our days fun, challenging, joyful, excruciating. Each day was unlike the last. We, the grads and I, owe thanks to the team in university counseling that made all the individual journeys that culminated in today possible. To Jerry Weens, who handled our office's administrative tasks behind the scenes. To Tim Zanker, our U.S. college consultant, who served many of our U.S.-bound seniors as well as he could in the face of the health challenges that kept him from visiting and engaging as thoroughly as he would have liked. To Jessica Beausoleil, for returning from her maternity leave with her buoyant sense of humor and incredible devotion to our kids, for making it feel like she never left. To Kate Kuhl, for her steadfastness, her selflessness, her utter desire to see every student cared for in our office, as long as they made an appointment. I continue to be blessed, as have these grads, to be surrounded by a team that exudes such passion for our students. And for each of them, I am deeply grateful. To Jerry, Tim, Jess, and Kate, to all of you, we offer our heartfelt thanks. In the past, at this point, I would have normally gone through some of the detail of what this grad class has accomplished in terms of their applications and their post-secondary destinations. However, all those data points, as impressive as they are outlined in the programs that you have, so there is no need to repeat what you yourselves can review. Instead, what I want to speak to are the conditions under which this grad class recorded those accomplishments. You see, there is much that has been said about the stress that young people are faced with about their lives, their schooling, their ambitions, their achievements, and what paths they take in terms of higher education loom large in all of that. Consider recent news. Unless you've been living under a rock somewhere, you would have undoubtedly heard about the salacious details of the U.S. Justice Department's investigation dubbed Varsity Blues, or what has been simply bandied about as the admissions scandal. In a world where some parents believe that it takes hundreds of thousands in bribes to secure admission to elite universities, or where vast amounts of money need to be paid to have someone fake standardized test results, it's no wonder our young people feel the pressure to achieve great things when it comes to post-secondary admissions. And while the admissions scandal has appeared to be a primarily American phenomenon, shifts in admissions to Canadian universities have upended many of the norms of what has traditionally been a highly predictable process. Then, of course, come the swirls of pressures in determining what path to take in post-secondary studies. One week, they're told that the future is in the STEM fields. The next week, they're told we'll be lost without those who study the humanities. Then the week after that, we're told that business majors will inherit the earth. What's a young person to do amongst all of that noise? Well, with all that has shaken up the process, and with all the stresses that have loomed over them, these graduates kept their gazes fixed on their goals, and they simply got down to work to achieve them. I'm very proud of what the grad class accomplished. Indeed, all should be proud. What I hope you graduates do is to continue to do what you've been doing pretty effectively so far. You need to ignore all that noise about what you should be doing or what your next steps must be. You must be the authors of your own stories, because in the end, only you will answer for the choices you make in life. What is certain is this: there is no justifiable argument against the inherent value of education. No matter your journey and no matter the turns you take along the way, it is critical that you never stop learning. Over your lifetimes, graduates, the world will undergo such change and endure such challenge that the responses required will not be measured simply by the degree you attain. Only the most creative and adaptable thinkers, the most open and empathetic minds, the most kind and generous hearts will have what it takes to respond to the continuously changing circumstances you will find yourselves living through. The world's problems will be solved through the collective efforts of many, leveraging the talents and skills of them all. Thus, it is incumbent on you to view the next step in your education not as the final chapter, but as simply another one in what will be a long, rich story. The state of the working world that these graduates will eventually enter will be so dynamic that it is inevitable that any related references I make now will undoubtedly be updated, ill-conceived, or just plain wrong in, let's say, 5 years. What is clear about work, however, is that it is more global and more demanding than it has ever been. So graduates, I implore you to consider this one piece of advice: be adventurous. When the chances come to get out into the world and connect with people, new places, new cultures, as either part of your studies or your work, take those opportunities. When faced with the choice to do what will challenge your mind, your body, your soul over what is simple, choose what is hard to do. Being adventurous means pushing yourself beyond what is comfortable and easy. Being adventurous means challenging yourself every day. Being adventurous means allowing yourself to be vulnerable and open to the thoughts and feelings of others. Being adventurous is the grit and joy you bring to your life, even after you leave Brentwood shores. Being adventurous isn't always easy, I know. So when the going gets tough, and it's all feeling a bit too much to be adventurous, just remember the message you have heard so often in recent days and weeks. Be kind. Be kind to each other. Be kind to the world. Be kind to yourselves. Life is an adventure that means nothing if it is not inspired by kindness. Well, graduates, your adventure starts now. It starts with the steps you take onto this stage, and then those you take away from this place that has been and will always be your home. So let me offer one of my favorite sign-offs. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the members of the Brentwood College School graduating class of 2019. So everyone is aware, as I call the grads, they will be coming down the aisle to my right, up on stage, and then going back to their seats on this side of the stage. So Mr. Fletch will be taking a photo, and everything will be happening up here, but just so you know where they're coming from, it's back over there. I think we're ready to go. Very excited crowd. I like that. 1.5 years at Brentwood from Vancouver, British Columbia, proceeding to Concordia University in Montreal, Quebec, to pursue a degree in math and statistics, specializing in actuarial science, Benjamin Abro. Two years at Brentwood from Duncan, British Columbia, entering the Faculty of Science at the University of Victoria, Zaid El-Jumali. Two years at Brentwood, from Ladysmith, British Columbia, taking a gap year for work and travel before pursuing a fine arts degree in visual design, Maxton Anderson. Four years at Brentwood, from Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, entering the Faculty of Engineering at the University of Alberta in Edmonton, a major prize winner in and co-captain of technical theater, Luke Androsky. One year at Brentwood, from Walnut Creek, California, entering the School of Humanities and Arts, wherein he plans to pursue a major in linguistics at Stanford University in California, Sevian Obishon. Three years at Brentwood, from Querétaro, Mexico, commencing her studies in acting for film at New York Film Academy in Los Angeles, California, Ariana Avalos. Four years at Brentwood, from Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, pursuing studies in biomedical engineering at the Vancouver campus of the University of British Columbia, a triple colors winner, and assistant head prefect for academics, Solom Dubek Choku Ayadoyunu. One year at Brentwood, from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, taking a gap year for work and travel before proceeding to the University of British Columbia to pursue her Bachelor of Arts degree, Jackie Barr Villalobos. 4 years at Brentwood. From Canmore, Alberta, proceeding to McGill University in Montreal, Quebec, with a major entrance scholarship, and pursuing studies in international law in the Faculty of Arts, a Lorraine Provincial Scholar, and a major prize winner in and co-captain of debate, Jaylyn Barth. One year at Brentwood, from Venice, Italy, returning home to pursue the Italian secondary school diploma, Margherita Battaglia. Four years at Brentwood, from Newcastle, Australia, entering the Faculty of Social Sciences with plans to study economics at the University of Victoria, Alexander Bell. Two years at Brentwood, from West Vancouver, British Columbia, proceeding to Simon Fraser University in Burnaby, British Columbia, to study engineering, Mika Benoit. 4 years at Brentwood, from Duncan, British Columbia, entering the Faculty of Social Sciences at the University of Victoria with plans to study psychology, Rashi Bishnoi. 4 years at Brentwood, from Victoria, British Columbia, commencing his Bachelor of Kinesiology degree at the Vancouver campus of the University of British Columbia, a major prize winner in boys rugby and assistant head prefect for athletics, Jacob Buchanan Farhang Bassi. Three years at Brentwood, from Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, entering the Undergraduate College of Sciences Po at its campus in Menton on the French Riviera to pursue their interdisciplinaries program in the social sciences, a major prize winner in and co-captain of Model United Nations, Maggie Bresden. Two years at Brentwood, from Ottawa, Ontario, commencing her studies in engineering with a scholarship at Dalhousie University in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Natalie Hoa Broomfield. Three years at Brentwood, from Victoria, British Columbia, proceeding to the University of Victoria to pursue a degree in health and recreation education, Jyoti Brown. Three years at Brentwood, from Calgary, Alberta, entering the Faculty of Arts, wherein she intends to major in psychology at McGill University, Madeline Wheeler Butler. Three years at Brentwood, from Fort McMurray, Alberta, pursuing studies in pharmacology in the Faculty of Science at the University of Alberta, Hannah Caldwell. Two years at Brentwood, from Victoria, British Columbia, intending on majoring in political sciences in the Faculty of Social Sciences at the University of Victoria, Nicholas Barclay Alexander Cameron. Three years at Brentwood, from Mauritius, commencing her studies in social sciences at the Mississauga campus of the University of Toronto, Amelia Carinci. 2 years at Brentwood, from Grande Prairie, Alberta, proceeding to the Canadian National Institute of Health in Ottawa, Ontario, to pursue studies in dental hygiene, Cameron Mackenzie Carty. Three years at Brentwood, from Grande Prairie, Alberta, pursuing studies in life sciences at Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario, a major award winner in seniors girls volleyball, a triple colors winner, and captain of Mackenzie House, Veronica Krennick. 4 years at Brentwood, from Mill Bay, British Columbia, commencing her degree in film and television production at Bond University in Gold Coast, Australia. A major prize winner in and captain at Brentwood Broadcast, Hilary Belenchois. 5 years at Brentwood, from Lake Cowichan, British Columbia, proceeding to Queen's University to pursue studies in the Faculty of Arts, a major award winner in and captain of ice hockey, Blake Cleesby. 3 years at Brentwood, from Canberra, Australia, entering the College of Public Health and Human Sciences at Oregon State University to pursue a degree in kinesiology as a student athlete in rowing with a scholarship, Alulabeth Collins. 4 years at Brentwood, from Mississauga, Ontario, commencing his Bachelor of Arts degree at Bishop's University in Lennoxville, Quebec, wherein he plans to major in political sciences, Joel Mackenzie Cook. 3 years at Brentwood, from Ponoka, Alberta, proceeding to the Southern Alberta Institute of Technology, wherein she plans to study business administration as a student athlete for volleyball with a scholarship, a major award winner in and captain of senior girls volleyball, Taryn Corkery. 2 years at Brentwood, from Wawa, Ontario, commencing his studies in management engineering at the University of Waterloo in Waterloo, Ontario, co-captain of cross country, Sunil Oberoi Cotterill. 5 years at Brentwood, from Mill Bay, British Columbia, pursuing his degree in civil engineering at Dalhousie University, captain of the Student Activities Council, and a triple colors winner, Alexander George Peter Culberson. 4 years at Brentwood, from Nanaimo, British Columbia, entering directly into the School of Medicine at the University of St. Andrews in Scotland, Varshab Dahaya. 3 years at Brentwood, from Victoria, British Columbia, proceeding to the University of Victoria to pursue studies in computer science, Dylan David. 2 years at Brentwood, from Vancouver, British Columbia, commencing her studies in computer science at the University of Exeter in England, Erica Diasasis Chan. 3 years at Brentwood, from Portland, Oregon, entering the Irvin K. Barber School of Arts and Science at the Okanagan campus of the University of British Columbia in Kelowna, co-captain of debate, Grant Dillard. 5 years at Brentwood, from Duncan, British Columbia, proceeding to Brock University in St. Catharines, Ontario, with a scholarship to commence her Bachelor of Sports Management degree, a major award winner in and captain of senior girls basketball, Jaya Doman. 4 years at Brentwood, from Parksville, British Columbia, taking a gap year before exploring his post-secondary options, co-captain of cross country and of hand-built pottery, Evan Wilford Charles Donagani. 2 years at Brentwood, from Powell River, British Columbia, commencing her studies in science at Queen's University, Ashley Ann Divestein. 3 years at Brentwood. From Edmonton, Alberta, proceeding to Queen's University to pursue his Bachelor of Nursing Science degree, Joseph Eche Ame. Four years at Brentwood, from Vancouver, British Columbia, entering the Faculty of Arts and Science to pursue studies in the humanities at the St. George's campus of the University of Toronto, Amira Essabar. Four years at Brentwood, from Fort McMurray, Alberta, pursuing his Bachelor of Science in Wood Products Processing degree in the Faculty of Forestry at the Vancouver campus of the University of British Columbia as a student athlete in rowing, a major prize winner in rowing and captain of advanced rock band, Axel Iwashko. Three years at Brentwood, from Banff, Alberta, proceeding to the Truro campus of Dalhousie University, where she will pursue studies in pre-veterinary medicine in the Faculty of Agriculture, a major prize winner in ceramics and girls rugby, and captain of the Brentwood Environmental Action Team, Hayley Morgan-Fear. Three years at Brentwood, from Mill Valley, California, entering the College of Engineering and Applied Science at the University of Colorado in Boulder, where he plans to pursue his degree in mechanical engineering, Jack Figurinich. Two years at Brentwood, from Terrace, British Columbia, commencing her studies in life sciences, hopefully as a prelude to medical school, at Queen's University with a scholarship, a major prize winner in dance, Sofia Franco. Two years at Brentwood, from Port McNeill, British Columbia, taking a gap year for work and travel before exploring his post-secondary opportunities, Elliot Fernie. Three years at Brentwood, from Mexico City, Mexico, proceeding to the University of Victoria to pursue studies in computer science, Dylan Kylie Gay. One year at Brentwood, from Milan, Italy, returning home to pursue studies leading to the Italian secondary school diploma, Marta Giunzo. Five years at Brentwood, from Prince George, British Columbia, commencing his studies in the Faculty of Arts at the University of Calgary, Braden Glazier. Three years at Brentwood, from Nanaimo, British Columbia, proceeding to the Okanagan campus of the University of British Columbia, where he will pursue his Bachelor of Arts degree, majoring in international relations, a major award winner in and captain of senior boys basketball, and captain of Rogers House, Ian Grabber. Two years at Brentwood, from Beijing, China, commencing her studies in liberal arts and science at Scripps College in Claremont, California, where she plans to major in legal studies, Bronte Grimmer. Two years at Brentwood, from Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, entering the Workland School of Education at the University of Calgary, wherein she will pursue her concurrent degree in mathematics and education, co-captain of dance, and recipient of the Earnshaw Trophy for the most valuable contribution to the performing arts, Fabiana Gutierrez. Four years at Brentwood, from Yellowknife, Northwest Territories, proceeding to Carleton University in Ottawa, with a scholarship to pursue her Bachelor of Industrial Design degree, Thea Guy. Two years at Brentwood, from Toronto, Ontario, entering the Faculty of Social Sciences at the University of Victoria with a scholarship, Captain of Hope House, Phoebe Hapkirk. Two years at Brentwood, from Bellevue, Washington, entering the College of Arts and Sciences to pursue a major in mathematics at Santa Clara University in Santa Clara, California, Benjamin Hakomovich. Three years at Brentwood, from Pritis, Alberta, commencing her studies in the Faculty of Arts at McGill University, Anne Hamilton Lane. Three years at Brentwood, also from Pritis, Alberta, taking a gap year to travel before entering the Faculty of Arts at the University of Alberta, Martha Hamilton Lane. Two years at Brentwood, from Calgary, Alberta, pursuing studies in pharmacology in the Faculty of Science at the University of Alberta, a major prize winner in boys rugby and captain of Whittlehouse, Abdullah Hassan Hamawa. Three years at Brentwood, from Nelson, British Columbia, entering the Faculty of Science at the University of Victoria, where he will be a student athlete in rowing, to pursue studies in math and statistics with a scholarship, a major prize winner in rowing, Jesse Harold. One year at Brentwood, from Salt Spring Island, British Columbia, taking a gap year for work, travel, and hopefully attaining his pilot's license, all before entering the Faculty of Humanities at the University of Victoria, Noah Hart. Five years at Brentwood, from Shawnigan Lake, British Columbia, taking a gap year before applying for the regular officer training program with the Canadian Forces, Captain of Woodwork and a triple colors winner, Cooper Joseph Haas. Two years at Brentwood, from St. George's, Bermuda, proceeding to Loughborough University in England to pursue his Bachelor of Science degree in Sports and Exercise Science, Yannick Hillier. Four years at Brentwood, from San Francisco, California, commencing her studies in the Lynch School of Education and Human Development at Boston College in Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, where she plans to major in secondary education, Captain of Allard House, Haley Hawken. Two years at Brentwood, from Nanaimo, British Columbia, entering the Faculty of Arts at Dalhousie University with plans to major in International Development Studies, Maya Hodges. Four years at Brentwood, from White Rock, British Columbia, entering the Faculty of Arts and Humanities with plans to major in art curation at Western University in London, Ontario, Thea Lee Hogendorn. Four years at Brentwood, from Metchosin, British Columbia, taking a gap year for travel, work, and volunteering before entering the Faculty of Social Sciences at the University of Victoria, Jacqueline Holmes. 4 years at Brentwood, from Duncan, British Columbia, commencing his studies in jazz studies in the music program at Vancouver Island University in Nanaimo, recipient of the Outstanding Jazz Musician Prize and captain of the wind ensemble, Jeremy Robbins Hounsome. Three years at Brentwood, from Kirkland, Washington, entering the Kelly School of Business at Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana, Curtis Robert Hubbard. Two years at Brentwood, from Nanu's Bay, British Columbia, pursuing studies in psychology in the Faculty of Arts at the Vancouver campus of the University of British Columbia, Ella Humphreys. Five years at Brentwood, from Shanghai, China, commencing studies in the Faculty of Arts and Masters of Management dual degree program at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, a Triple Colors winner, Maya Jenner. Three years at Brentwood, from Seoul, South Korea, pursuing studies in the humanities in the Faculty of Arts and Science at the St. George's campus of the University of Toronto, Soo-Min Kang. Three years at Brentwood, from Kigali, Rwanda, taking a gap year before considering her post-secondary opportunities, Mary Ketsia Uwayo Karakezi. Two years at Brentwood, from Almaty, Kazakhstan, proceeding to the Scarborough campus of the University of Toronto, where he plans to pursue finance and management, Rasul Kazamuratov. Five years at Brentwood, from Shanghai, China, entering the College of Arts and Science with a major scholarship, with plans to major in biochemistry at Boston University, Fiona Kelly. Four years at Brentwood, from Souk, British Columbia, planning to attend university in Australia and study in a field in the social sciences, president of the graduating class of 2019, Nadia Kendall. Three years at Brentwood, from Mill Bay, British Columbia, proceeding to University of Victoria to commence her degree in visual arts, a major prize winner in ceramics, a major prize winner in and captain of drawing and painting, Thea Kleinschmidt. Three years at Brentwood, from Cowichan Bay, British Columbia, entering the Walsh School of Foreign Service at Georgetown University in Washington, D.C., with a major scholarship, Caden McKee Kuntz. Three years at Brentwood, from Udalai, Saudi Arabia, proceeding to the University of Victoria with a scholarship to pursue studies in child and youth care, Molly Sophie Kurtzman. Four years at Brentwood, from Campbell River, British Columbia, proceeding to the University of Victoria with a scholarship to pursue studies in computer science and media studies, a major prize winner in photography, in technical theater, and co-captain of technical theater, Robbie Crissell. Three years at Brentwood, from Kobe, Japan, pursuing studies in finance at Claremont McKenna College in Claremont, California, a major prize winner in and captain of photography, Yuma Kuga. Four years at Brentwood, from Vancouver, British Columbia, proceeding to Corpus Christi College in Vancouver to pursue his Associate of Arts degree, Zachary Lambert. Two years at Brentwood, from Kiev, Ukraine, entering the Faculty of Arts at the Okanagan campus at the University of British Columbia with plans to pursue studies in economics and creative writing, Anastasia Lapatina. Five years at Brentwood, from Cobble Hill, British Columbia, entering the Faculty of Social Sciences with a scholarship at the University of Victoria, April Levine. Three years at Brentwood, from Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, commencing his studies in computer science at the University of Victoria with a scholarship, Laong Le. Two years at Brentwood, from Port Moody, British Columbia, entering the Faculty of Science at McGill University, Grace Liang. Five years at Brentwood, from Yunnan, China, entering the Elliott School of International Relations at the George Washington University in Washington, D.C., a major prize winner in and co-captain of Model United Nations, Michael Yu. Four years at Brentwood, from Mexico City, Mexico, taking time to work, travel, and prepare for the admissions process to study medicine at Universidad Anáhuac in Mexico, a major prize winner in outdoor pursuits, Emerita Lorente Migoya. Two years at Brentwood, from Revelstoke, British Columbia, proceeding to Queen's University to commence his studies in kinesiology as a student athlete for soccer, a major award winner in ice hockey and in senior boys soccer, captain of senior boys soccer and of Privet House, Benjamin McDonald. Five years at Brentwood, from Duncan, British Columbia, proceeding to Dalhousie University to pursue his Bachelor of Science degree, Clifford McFarlane. Two years at Brentwood, from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, taking a gap year for travel before proceeding to university with plans to study business, Kenneth Matthew McNeil. Two years at Brentwood, from Nanoose Bay, British Columbia, entering directly into her degree in veterinary medicine at the Royal Dick School of Veterinary Studies at the University of Edinburgh in Scotland, Michelle McPherson. Sorry. Three years at Brentwood, from Tripoli, Libya, entering the Faculty of Arts at the Okanagan campus of the University of British Columbia with plans to major in international relations, Halamanai. Three years at Brentwood, from Osoyoos, British Columbia, pursuing a dual degree in fine arts and liberal arts and science with a full tuition scholarship at the School of the Museum of Fine Arts at Tufts University in Boston, Massachusetts, a major prize winner in and captain of public speaking and recipient of the Artist of the Year Award, Emma Nancy Elizabeth Mary Manza. 5 years at Brentwood, from Cobble Hill, British Columbia, commencing her studies in American Sign Language with plans to pursue child and youth care at the University of Victoria, a major award winner in girls field hockey and captain of 3D art and sculpture, Briley Martin. Three years at Brentwood, from Montreal, Quebec, proceeding to the Okanagan campus of the University of British Columbia, Bilal Matumti. Two years at Brentwood, from Walnut Creek, California, proceeding to the Okanagan campus of the University of British Columbia to pursue her Bachelor of Arts degree, Venetia Georgia Mavromihalis. Two years at Brentwood, from Comox Valley, British Columbia, proceeding to the University of Minnesota in Minneapolis as a student athlete in rowing with a major scholarship, a major prize winner in rowing, Zoe McDougall. Four years at Brentwood, from Duncan, British Columbia, commencing his studies in science at the Okanagan campus at the University of British Columbia, Graham McKay. Two years at Brentwood, from Nottingham Road, South Africa, entering the Faculty of Arts at Queen's University, Matthew McNally. Five years at Brentwood, from Geneva, Switzerland, entering the Faculty of Science at McGill University, Leila Claudia Megevant. Three years at Brentwood, from Mexico City, Mexico, commencing his Bachelor of Commerce degree at Bond University in Gold Coast, Australia, captain of Ellis House and a triple colors winner, Sebastian Miranda Cerda. Five years at Brentwood, from Cobble Hill, British Columbia, proceeding to the University of Victoria with a scholarship to pursue studies in biochemistry, Liam Mitchell. Two years at Brentwood, from Melbourne, Australia, commencing her studies in sports and exercise science at the University of Bath in England, Lily Moen. Two years at Brentwood, from Mill Bay, British Columbia, entering the Faculty of Arts and Science at the St. George's campus of the University of Toronto with plans to major in theatre performance, Caitlin Moreland. Two years at Brentwood, from Kibungo, Rwanda, pursuing studies in fashion techniques and design at George Brown College in Toronto, Ontario, Anna Murakatete. Three years at Brentwood, from Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, pursuing studies in civil engineering at MacEwan University in Edmonton. Five years at Brentwood, from Cape Town, South Africa, entering the Faculty of Arts at McGill University with a scholarship to pursue studies in international development, a major award winner in and captain of senior girls field hockey, Gemma Noreen O'Malley. 2 years at Brentwood, from Montreal, Quebec, commencing her studies in the performing arts at Savannah College of Arts and Design in Savannah, Georgia, with a scholarship, recipient of the Morris D. Young Award for Acting and captain of musical theater, Chloe Oldland. Three years at Brentwood, from Tokyo, Japan, proceeding to Keio University in Tokyo to pursue the Environment and Information Studies program, Haruka Onishi. Three years at Brentwood, from Almaty, Kazakhstan, entering the School of Business and Economics at Chapman University in Orange, California, with plans to major in business administration, Vladislav Prak. Four years at Brentwood, from Beaver Lodge, Alberta, commencing her studies in elementary education at the University of Alberta, co-captain of hand-built pottery and captain of Mackenzie House, Chantal Pavlis. Two years at Brentwood, from Abbotsford, British Columbia, pursuing her Bachelor of Management degree at Dalhousie University, Jessica Polovich. Three years at Brentwood, from Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, entering the Faculty of Kinesiology, Sport and Recreation, with plans to major in physical activity and health at the University of Alberta, Lindsay Penner. Five years at Brentwood, from Mill Bay, British Columbia, entering the Sauder School of Business at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, where he will study commerce as a student athlete for rugby, Matthew Craig Percillier McDougall. Four years at Brentwood, from Yellowknife, Northwest Territories, pursuing studies in computer science at the University of Victoria with a scholarship, a major prize winner in and captain of pottery, Liam Phillip. Three years at Brentwood, from Powell River, British Columbia, proceeding to Queen's University to pursue studies in science, a major prize winner in girls soccer, a triple colors winner, and captain of Alexandra House, Wilhelmine Poland. Four years at Brentwood, from Cobble Hill, British Columbia, pursuing studies in psychology at the Vancouver campus of the University of British Columbia, Valerie Pringle. Two years at Brentwood, from Sanspit, Haida British Columbia, proceeding to the Truro campus at Dalhousie University and entering the Faculty of Agriculture to pursue studies in pre-veterinary medicine, winner of the Yearbook Prize, Hannah Potterill. Three years at Brentwood, from Mill Bay, British Columbia, entering the Faculty of Engineering at Dalhousie University, Oppe Remy Aldelasoye. Three years at Brentwood, from Leduc, Alberta, proceeding to St. Francis Xavier University in Antigonish, Nova Scotia, where he will pursue studies in human kinetics with a scholarship, Brandon Robbins. Five years at Brentwood, from Duncan, British Columbia, entering the Faculty of Arts at the University of Alberta, where he plans to major in urban planning, Grady Logan Robson. 5 years at Brentwood, from Duncan, British Columbia, commencing her studies in psychology in the Faculty of Arts at the Vancouver campus of the University of British Columbia, a major prize winner in and captain of string ensemble, and assistant head prefect for arts, Maria Rousseau. Two years at Brentwood, from Mexico City, Mexico, proceeding to the University of the Arts London in England to complete her foundation year in fine arts before pursuing studies in architecture, Aranza Sanchez Gallegos. Two years at Brentwood, from Chandigarh, India, taking a gap year for work and travel before commencing his studies in business at Kwantlen Polytechnic University in Vancouver, Bhavjit Sandhu. Three years at Brentwood, from Maracaibo, Venezuela, entering the Faculty of Engineering at the University of Victoria, captain of jazz band, Samuel Segovia Machado. Four years at Brentwood, from Cobble Hill, British Columbia, proceeding to the University of Victoria with plans to pursue studies in the social sciences, Emily Victoria Shaw. Five years at Brentwood, from Mill Bay, British Columbia, entering the Faculty of Arts at the Vancouver campus of the University of British Columbia with plans to major in linguistics and international relations, co-captain of Art Foundation, Katie Singh. Five years at Brentwood, from Shawnigan Lake, British Columbia, entering the Faculty of Human and Social Development at the University of Victoria with plans to major in Health Information Science, Darcy Hugh McBriar Smith. Four years at Brentwood, from Bath, England, proceeding to St. Francis Xavier University with a scholarship to pursue studies in psychology, recipient of the Robert Cooper Cup for Musician of the Year, Benjamin Stevenson. Three years at Brentwood, from Campbell River, British Columbia, entering the Faculty of Engineering at the University of Victoria with a scholarship, a major prize winner in guitar ensemble and a triple colors winner, Isaac Lawrence Stevens. Four years at Brentwood, from Yellowknife, Northwest Territories, proceeding to Vancouver Film School to pursue her diploma in 3D animation and visual effects, a major prize winner in and captain of robotics, Zoe Tucker. Three years at Brentwood, from Stockton, California, proceeding to the University of Oklahoma to pursue studies in sports management as a student athlete in ice hockey, Hayden Undenstock. Three years at Brentwood, from Hamburg, Germany, commencing his foundation year in fine art at Kingston University, London, in Kingston upon Thames, England, Lucas Ersprung. One year at Brentwood, from Toronto, Ontario, recipient of the President's Scholarship at Ryerson University in Toronto, where she will pursue studies in mechanical engineering, a Loran Provincial Scholar, and a major prize winner in robotics, Vanessa Van Decker. Two years at Brentwood, from Duncan, British Columbia, proceeding to the University of Victoria with a scholarship to pursue studies in science, a major prize winner in ceramics, Berkeley Rain van Oostrom. Two years at Brentwood from Hong Kong, entering the Faculty of Arts at McGill University, Omkar Varma. Three years at Brentwood from Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, commencing her studies in the Faculty of Arts at the Vancouver campus of the University of British Columbia, Sanjana Verma. Two years at Brentwood from Comox, British Columbia, entering the Faculty of Arts and Science at Queen's University, Bachelor of Arts with plans to major in Political Studies, a major prize winner in choreography, Hannah Vincent. Three years at Brentwood from Edmonton, Alberta, taking a gap year for work and travel before exploring his post-secondary options, Cale Ward. Two years at Brentwood from Edmonton, Alberta, proceeding to the University of Alberta to pursue her Bachelor of Arts degree, Nawad Nicole Webe. Two years at Brentwood, also from Edmonton, Alberta, entering the Faculty of Science at the University of Alberta, Omar Alexander Webe. Three years at Brentwood, from Shawnigan Lake, British Columbia, taking a gap year for work before exploring his post-secondary options, a major prize winner in and captain of intermediate rock band, William Weirmeyer. Four years at Brentwood, from Regina, Saskatchewan, entering the Peter B. Gustafson School of Business at the University of Victoria with a scholarship where he will pursue his commerce degree, Daniel Herbert Wheaton. Two years at Brentwood from West Vancouver, British Columbia, proceeding to the University of Victoria with a scholarship to commence his studies in their visual arts program, Cole Jacob Wist. Three years at Brentwood from Mill Bay, British Columbia, entering the Faculty of Social Sciences at the University of Victoria with a scholarship, a major award winner in senior field hockey, Lindsay Winship. One year at Brentwood from Hong Kong, proceeding to the University of Victoria and entering the Faculty of Social Sciences with plans to major in psychology, Tyler Witham. Four years at Brentwood from Victoria, British Columbia, taking a gap year for work and travel before entering the Faculty of Social Sciences at the University of Victoria, Hazel Woodbridge. Two years at Brentwood from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, entering the School of Computing at Queen's University with a scholarship to pursue his computer science degree, Joshua Ethan Janowitz. Three years at Brentwood from Seoul, South Korea, commencing his studies in political science in the College of Letter and Science at the University of California at Berkeley, Mark Sungju Yun. Three years at Brentwood from Vancouver, British Columbia, entering the Faculty of Forestry at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver to pursue studies in urban forestry and sustainability, co-captain of Art Foundation and captain of Spark, Marquita Zolman. One year at Brentwood, from Ravenna, Italy, proceeding to Loughborough University, where he will pursue his studies in international relations, Ettore Zuffa. And last, but most certainly not least, 3 years at Brentwood, from Udalai, Saudi Arabia, entering the Faculty of Arts at the Vancouver campus of University of British Columbia, your esteemed, ebullient, and effervescent head prefect, Lulu Jama. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, your graduating class of 2019.
Okay, please have a seat. Thanks to Mr. Fletcher, Annette, and Mr. Rodriguez in particular for all of those amazing profiles too. So a round of applause for those three in particular. So the closing ceremonies begin at 1:30 this afternoon. So we ask you to be seated by 1:25, please. 1:25. There will be students assigned to certain seats, etc., around, so please stay out of those seats. They'll be reserved. And we welcome all the graduates in particular to go, after this ceremony, below the Crooks Hall balcony. They know where they're going. So if you go that way, if this group could go that way and then around to the lower end of the balcony on the grassy bit there, we'll have our final picture. Parents and family members, I invite you to the top of Crooks Hall, or in the balcony section, or the patio there, to look down at the graduates to take pictures. We're going to have one final picture with the graduates, and I'll ask them to throw their caps up in the air, and we'll have that special photo as well. It's my pleasure now to invite you to leave this ceremony, and congratulations again to the grad class of 2019. Well done.
out the prizes?
I am.
Come and look. Wow. You happy to do that? When it starts up, are you doing any announcing and so on?
What do you mean announcing?
Well, so right at the start, is somebody going to ask, what's the signal going to be for the students to come in?
So at about 1:25, everybody needs to be seated by 1:25.
I've got it on here too.
Closing day ceremony starts at 1:25, so everybody should be lined up. Simply ask, we're not going to ask everybody to stand up when the school's coming in.
No, we can
When
get,
you're ready, just bring them in.
when I'm ready, I'll
You're
bring
ready,
them
you bring them in.
in. Perfect.
Right, but I will invite staff and students to come and I'll ask them to stand for the staff to class. 1:25. Good? Hey, man. Good.
3 bottles of water left, so.
Last one, you got it.